Hi everyone, my name is Estela Barbosa and I am a data scientist for RSI. And today I'm going to talk about the results of our rapid research. So we collect loads of data in a very short period of time for our rapid research. So we ran 4 different surveys and we conducted 15 different interviews involving a range of stakeholders that were relevant to our program. So we interviewed and collected survey data from our clinicians, our clinical leads, our advocate educators, our service managers, some of our commissioners, and obviously our service users. Now, we found a few things that we think are really important in terms of how RS is acceptable and effective in this new way of working, so in this remote way of working. And I think that the first thing that was striking to us was how quick the adaptation actually took place. As soon as we were put into lockdown, within weeks, RSI had released guidance to clinicians on how to guarantee safety and how they should address issues around DV in remote consultations. And all our program shifted to remote within a few months, which was our first finding. We also found that while there was an initial impact on the number of referrals coming in, so an initial decline in referrals, the referrals started to pick up within 2 to 3 months. So at around the summer, the referrals rose back to their usual levels. I think what we found that was really, really interesting is a consensus amongst our stakeholders that the relevance of the IRIS program has increased as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. And most of them talk about how general practice now is one of the few ways in which domestic violence survivors or people experiencing violence can access help, since there has been a massive pressure on the specialized services. Another thing that we found that was really, really interesting was that technology was mentioned as the main barrier for the transfer or the transition from face-to-face to online training and online support. But service users did not find that technology was a barrier for them. So service users were actually very pleased with the fact that the advocate educators made themselves available via text or WhatsApp. So they felt really well supported in this remote way of working. Finally, I think that it's important to say that clinicians are split. Some of them prefer training online, some of them prefer training face-to-face, but in general, clinicians thought that it was a really good thing to have training in smaller sessions because it was easier to block that time in their diaries. So I think these are kind of the main findings for our research, and I think to sum up what we found is that the adaptations that IRIS did to its program for face-to-face to remote have been considered acceptable, have been considered effective, and have also been considered in general good practice. So I think that's it. I hope you guys have a look at our booklet, which is online.